What's up, everybody? I'm Rashida, your guide to smart money moves, and we are back with another special edition with my twin sister, Sharita Moore from the channel Sharita M. Yes. Welcome back. I'm back.
We want to thank you all for the wonderful response my sister received on the first part of this video.
Yeah.
And you all asked to see a little more, and so that is why I'm back, and I'm so excited to share with you in greater detail just the creator economy and creator life, pros, cons, all the things.
Yeah. So let's get into it. All right. So the first topic that we're going to dive into is discussing why the creator economy is here for the long haul. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, my sister Sharita has a very successful YouTube channel up and running. She's been running it for about 3 years now, and she has over 44,000 subscribers. So she actually does this full time. She was able to leave her job for the man last year. It's been almost a full year. I mean, she's been very successful at being out on her own. So let's get into the crux of why the creator economy is here to stay. What do you think?
I think it's here to stay because, first of all, there are absolutely no signs of it slowing down. Now, I know the whole TikTok ban is very scary for a lot of creators, which is why you should never put all of your creator eggs in one basket. But you do have to keep in mind that companies like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, those are American-based companies. So you definitely don't have that worry like you would if you're just solely creating for TikTok. But again, you really do need to diversify and be on all the platforms if you can.
Right. That makes total sense. In any, business, whether it's, a business or company or your, your investments personally, you do want to do what you can to diversify, because if you have all of your eggs in one basket, obviously if that basket plummets or ceases to exist, you're pretty screwed. And so it is important to just be on all the platforms. Obviously, people are going to want to focus heavily on more than others, but at least if you have to make a transition because one went really bad, you're already kind of up and running on the others.
Now, let me share some cold hard facts. So the creator economy is worth $191.55 billion.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is just a creator economy.
So almost $200 billion.
Do you not want a piece of that pie? Just think about how much of an infancy being a content creator is. No one was a content creator 15 years ago.
Right.
Like, it didn't exist. And for it to come up and take this chunk of the pie, it's crazy. And it's not like these billions are spread over companies and like these are like individuals taking a slice of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's really,
that's what's so cool about it.
Exactly. That's what's so cool about it. And you also have to think about how short of a time that people have been able to monetize their content. That's even shorter.
Yeah.
You're talking about maybe the last 6 years? Like,
really?
This is so very early on. This is why this is a sign for you to start if you have been thinking about, even if it's just this little nagging seed, which it was for me.
Yeah.
Y'all, my equipment was set up in my room for months. I mean, like probably a good 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
When I would wake up every morning about to go to this job that I did not want to go to, that equipment would be staring at me on the other side of the room. And I finally started, but it's important when you get those seeds to water them.
Yeah.
Now, wait, hold on. Okay, so it was like a whole AI thing. Okay, so also the growth of the creator economy is growing at a compound annual growth rate of 22.5%. That's huge. Every year, 22% it's growing.
And compound,
yes. Okay, and in the U.S. alone, creators are expected to account for 10% of the $75 billion spent on social media ads. This is just the ads, okay? And the money spent on actual influencer marketing, not the ads on the platforms, the influencer portion, meaning directly payment to the influencer, the spending is growing faster there than it is on ads. So yes, companies pay billions of dollars to put those ads in the YouTube videos that are, that you see the ads, you skip the ads, you watch the ads, whatever. Advertisers have to pay that. And the amount of money that they're paying directly to creators now is outpacing the ad money. Yeah. So they'd rather work with the creator. Like, that is something you really need to take into account.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that is starting to be a trend. There's a heavy trend going in that direction. I was just listening to something the other day where it is actually being decided on, boardroom floors at these companies that, we're going to, kind of earmark a lot more money to pay creators directly through sponsorships or what have you, to help grow our brand, because it has been very successful and it's growing. And so they're actually going to start paying creators even more money than they are now.
And that's the thing. It's, like growing up in the 90s, like you would see Revlon pay Halle Berry millions of dollars. You would see, like, we always used to connect the stars with these things, but it's like, did they ever really make us go out and buy it?
Right.
Not really. I mean, we had to, it makes awareness about the product, yes. Yeah. But actually make you want to buy it?
Yeah, I think back in the day, though, things like that kind of like made your brand just legitimate. Like, if you can afford to pay, Cindy Crawford and Halle Berry and all these big names, you must be that brand. Right. Where now it is, they have actual data, because everything has, the data is big nowadays. These people that are buying, they're buying based on these creators. Like, you can actually see how much money we're bringing in as a company from the creator market. And that's why
the return on investment versus traditional advertising, it can't even compare. And when you think about how much it would cost to pay Angelina Jolie to shoot this, like, to shoot an ad campaign is ridiculously expensive. Yeah. To place that ad in Vogue is ridiculously expensive. How many bottles of Mongerlade are you going to have to sell to actually see a return on that investment?
Yeah. And there's no way to know exactly how many dollars Angelina brought in.
Tracking.
Where they can know for sure. Sharita M's channel brought us this amount of dollars. So, again, it goes back to data. And there must be a reason why you don't see these companies paying these superstars the way they used to.
Yeah.
They really aren't.
It's a lot fewer. Of course, beauty, you still kind of see it. Yeah. But it's not like, that was the way to push your products.
That was the only way. Yeah.
That was it. Commercials and ads.
Yeah, now you're starting to see national commercials with literal influencers. These YouTube comedians. Yes. And it's kind of crazy. Now, let's talk about why you would want to pick YouTube over any of the other platforms if you're going to start content creation. What do you think about that?
Okay, so for me personally, I just believe in going all in on YouTube because you don't have to be a huge influencer to make your bank. Okay. To get opportunities, because you really are looked at as like an expert or someone really highly respected within that niche on YouTube versus the other platforms. Okay. Yes, there are plenty of Instagrammers, TikTokers that, have great opportunity, but you're really going to have a huge following to kind of see that happen. Whereas YouTube, you really don't have to. You can figure out all these different avenues to monetize your channel, and YouTube pays. That's the thing. YouTube is paying. You're getting the Google AdSense, which is the ads you see on the video. Advertisers pay money to put those ads on creators' videos. So you get a check from YouTube. YouTube now has their own affiliate program.
Right? So talk about that a little bit. What does that mean?
An affiliate is basically you're driving traffic through your links on your videos to a particular website, to a particular product. And with affiliate marketing, traditionally it's been handled like through the company itself, or sometimes it will be like this umbrella type company that handles all of the affiliate payouts and monitoring all this stuff, like an LTK or Like to Know It. So they have like thousands of brands under their umbrella.
Okay.
And so basically YouTube has their own affiliate program now. So to be a part of this, you have to be, I think it's 20K subscribers. It is relatively new. I would say that in the past year they have rolled this out. And like any other platform, they always kind of give it to creators with a little bit more of a following. Like Instagram, a few years ago, you had to have 10,000 followers to be able to, like, you know, do the scroll up and actually click on a link to a website.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Now everyone can do that.
Yeah.
And I would assume that eventually we get to the point where anyone monetized can take advantage of the YouTube partner affiliate program.
Right.
So basically, it works like any other affiliate. How they have it is where if you are able to link a product within their program, it's going to show at the bottom of your video.
Okay.
Like at the right up under the video, you'll see those products just kind of streaming across. And if someone clicks on that particular product, and it's going to take you to that site, if they make a purchase within whatever the cookie window is for that particular advertisement, usually it's 30 days. You get a commission off of that cart, and the commissions vary, but on average you're talking about 10 on the lower end, 10 to 15 is going to be average. There are some like SACs that'll pay like 20%
Percent.
of that cart. Okay. And again, that's for 30 days. So something like Black Friday, when people are constantly shopping throughout the month, you have the ability to make a lot of money from your affiliate links.
Okay.
So
Now explain what a cookie window is, because you did mention that.
A cookie window is basically like once you click on a link, that information is kind of saved under you. So you send somebody a link, they click on the Amazon link. For 30 days, as long as someone else's cookie doesn't come overtake yours, you're going to get credit for that sale.
Gotcha.
Some people's cookie windows is 15 days, some is 30, some are 60. Could you imagine? So you have such a long opportunity to capitalize on whatever they put in their cart. It's not just that one product that you've referred them to, it's whatever they purchase within that window.
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
Yeah. So AdSense, YouTube affiliate links, and they also have bonuses. Last month, I was able to make my normal affiliate commission, and they gave me a $650 bonus because I sold $8,000 worth of products through YouTube affiliates.
Okay.
And this is not counting all of my other mini affiliates. This is just within the YouTube partnership program. Outside of that, you have super chats like super thanks where an actual viewer, subscriber can just leave you a tip. I mean, and I get money from that. It's not a lot, but it's another way you can make money. Now, you got to think these huge channels. I was just watching someone's channel the other day. They had a $100 super thanks.
Yeah.
And this lady only had like 20K subs. But when you form that community, people are going to want to support you in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Now, let's kind of shift gears here. All right. Sharita, dang it, I'm hearing some good stuff. I like what I'm hearing. I'm going to start this channel today. I'm going to start it. Okay, now what? You have decided to start your YouTube channel or whatever content platform you want to get on. Now what? So what are some of the tips that you would give somebody that literally is just starting out? They got some basic equipment to get started. They got enough to get going. What are the biggest tips that you can give somebody?
So I would say be comfortable using what you have. You don't have to go out and purchase a bunch of fancy stuff to get started. You can always upgrade, and it's definitely something I highly recommend. When you start to monetize your channel, you have income coming in from it. Go ahead and upgrade, but you don't have to start out with fancy equipment because the iPhone, these 14s and 15s, like people are shooting music videos with these. So you can make your content with it. Just make sure that your sound is good because if people cannot hear you, they are not. I have tried. I really want to see this person's video, but honey, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Like my computer that I had at work in the car when I was a police officer, very bad sound. So you're coupling automatically bad sound on the laptop with their bad sound. I couldn't hear nothing. And you're driving.
Yeah.
It's just, you have to keep it in mind that if people can't hear you, they're going to click out.
Yeah.
People will take bad video over bad sound any day.
Yeah, that's true. So if you are going to invest in anything on a shoestring budget, invest in some decent audio. If you're using your phone, then at least get like a lavalier, which
and
is
those are
like
so affordable.
Yeah, it's like a little lapel microphone. That way it's close to the source where the audio is coming in. You can get those for like $20, $50.
Then usually they
really
sell them in like pairs. So you'll have the part that plugs right into your phone, which is like the transmitter. Then you have one, and they usually will come with a second one. So if you're doing a video like this, it's totally doable. Okay. I would say once you are comfortable with the equipment, because you do need to feel comfortable just using what you have in the beginning, you have to know, like when you decide you want to do this, you have to be committed. Don't even start unless you are just ready to punch the gas.
Yeah.
Because you cannot people will beat consistency in your head. Any channel that is giving advice is going to tell you, and it is not that we're just saying that, like the algorithm favors channels who put out content on a consistent basis. So when I say consistency, your consistency might not look like mine, but we're both consistent. Yours may be once a week. Mine is 4 a week, but come hella hot water, I'm putting out 3 or 4 weeks. She's putting out 1 a week. And we're both seeing growth in our channels because we're consistent. People will check out on you so fast, your head will spin on YouTube. And I brought up an example of that the other day. This girl had, I want to say like 130 plus thousand subscribers. 3 years ago, she was getting views. I'm talking about a lot of views, okay? I feel like she took almost like a year off. Like she would pop in here and there, because I used to always watch her stuff. She would pop in here and there, and it's like she just kind of fell off of creating her content. And she came back trying to do this consistently full time, and she's not getting any views now. And we talked about this the last video.
It's kind of like starting over.
It's like starting over. Viewership is the most important thing, not your subscriber count, because I'm getting way more views with a much smaller channel, because that is what's going to matter. It's people watching your videos. No one cares how many subscribers you have.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, people out here buying subscribers now. That is the thing. You can literally buy your subscribers.
Wow.
I was literally on someone's channel. They had 400,000 subs. Baby, when I tell you these videos is getting under 100 views.
Wow.
Under 100 views.
Yeah.
Those are purchased, because the math is going to math. If you have 400,000 subscribers,
yeah,
so you're gonna be getting more views than that. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you're going to be getting more views than that.
So those are bot subscribers, basically.
Pretty much purchased.
Bots.
and as you can see, there's no point in doing that. Please don't
don't
even be tempted, because it is absolutely a waste. People are not stupid. They can look at that and see right through it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the algorithm isn't stupid. The brands and companies, they're stupid. They are going to want to put their money behind somebody with actual viewership.
With
subscribers
the
don't matter.
Engagement.
Right.
View count is what matters.
Yeah. And it's not that subscribers don't matter, but that's not the end all be all, because obviously if you have grown your subscriber base, you're likely to get more views, because that is your built-in audience that they already decided that they like you, they want to subscribe, they're more likely to view your channel. So that's why subscribers are important in that way, because these people are saying, I would like to view more of that.
Right. And here's the thing, and that's why people will always tell you to pick a niche and stick with it. It's fine if you want to kind of sprinkle in other things here and there, but completely changing what you are talking about and featuring on your channel compared to what you... Honey, there was a girl who helped me really learn a lot about YouTube, and she pivoted. Her whole channel, this was a very young girl. She was a teenager. All YouTube, this girl's making $40K a month. She had so many sponsors. She was getting mad views. And all of a sudden, she just wanted to pivot into vlogging about her personal life. That is not why your people subscribe to you. They subscribe to you because you were providing great content around how to grow on YouTube.
Yeah.
Honey, and like I said, if you want to do that, start a second channel.
Yeah.
Start a second channel because you're going to start alienating your community. It's almost like if you have a sports community and you start talking about
Baking pies.
baking.
Yeah.
Men are not here for that. They're not here for that.
Yeah.
And so they're just going to be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Now, we all know those people are anomalies. Sometimes they'll like Kevin, what's the guy who died? Kevin Samuels. He started out as a fragrance channel. Was getting views, but baby, when he started talking about relationships and dragging women, and it was almost like shock jock. His channel exploded, but don't use that as an example of what to do.
Don't use it as an example, but I can tell you for a fact of why Kevin Samuels was forced to pivot. He was forced to pivot because he might have started out with fragrances, but when he saw actual evidence and data suggesting that people loved to hear him talk about this new thing, he didn't ignore that data. And he had to pivot in order to continue on this new trajectory that he was on.
And the thing is, if you want, because it could have been just a one-off video he planned to do that took off. If you are doing anything on your channel and you're wanting to experiment with things, you need to be okay with the fact that this may go viral and take off. If it is not something that you're comfortable with continuing content on, don't even do it, because that's gonna suck for you to feel like you're pigeonholed into this thing because it's getting views, but you're not really passionate about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say you have started your channel, you're being consistent, whatever your consistent is, once a week, twice a week, whatever, but you're still not seeing any results. Let's kind of talk about that. Let's talk about expectations when starting out. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so when you start a channel, you have to understand that your content, more than likely, now we know there are anomalies out there. Bam, my first video got 1 million in XYZ. That's not normal, okay? So please don't expect anyone to be seeing these first videos besides the friends and family you told to watch. The thing is, the algorithm has to have a body of data. They don't know who to send your content to. Also, another reason why you need to figure out what you want to talk about pretty early on, because you're just going to be confusing the algorithm. If you're talking about nails one day, baking pies this day, Lamborghinis this day, we don't know who to send this to. And it's different. I feel like if you're a lifestyle vlogger, like that's its own niche. So you can't cover all of these things because it's almost like your life is the content. But jumping all around it's just going to be hard for the data to congeal. Okay. So they usually say about 30 videos.
Okay.
So don't even look to have any traction before that point. And you need to have been consistent for those 30 videos. I'm not talking about 30 videos over 3 years or 2 years. I'm talking about you need to have those 30 videos, like 1 or 2 videos a week. I think it's an amazing starting place for YouTube. You have to think, if you're only doing 1 video a month, that is only 12 opportunities for anything to shake. I mean, you better be creating some masterpiece content.
Yeah.
If you are going to be putting out very few videos, every time you create a piece of content, that is an opportunity for new eyes on your channel. I have gotten subscribers every single day since I started YouTube, okay? And it is because I'm producing the content. You're getting new eyes on your channel. You will see when you post a video, you're going to have this uptick in views. And then unless the click-through rate is really high or something really connects with the algorithm to make you just shoot you into the stratosphere, it's going to look something like this. We're going to start going sideways, okay? And that video is still going to get views, like sprinkle 5, 10 here or there. And you'll see over the years, what happens is YouTube will pump a video, it'll flatline a little, and then you'll get another pump next year. And so this is how, when I go back and look at videos I did 3 years ago that were maybe at like 500 views, and maybe it's at like 9,000 views. I'm like, when the hell did that happen? Because they weren't watching it back then.
Right.
And this is the thing, when people connect with your content, they are going to start binge watching your content. And your job is to have the content there so that when they see this one video that fascinates them, that's the first thing people do. Oh, let me see what else she got. And if they click on there and they see 2 other videos out of 2 years, they are not going to subscribe. They're not going to subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I'm like, why? Why clutter up my subscriber box?
This person ain't serious.
Right.
Now, as far as giving us some actual tangible things as far as how we can execute consistency. So let's say I'm starting, I want to do 1 video a week to start out. Maybe for the first year, I want to do 1 video a week, because guess what? Since I got kids, I work full time. I got a lot of balls in the air, but I do want to be serious about giving YouTube a shot, because I think it could have the potential to bring me extra income, whatever. What are some tips that you can give us to help us be consistent?
You have to be very strategic, especially if you don't have a lot of time. That was me. I was a single parent. I was working 12-hour shifts, and I was working off-duty jobs on my off days.
So let's pause right there. If she can do it and be consistent,
baby,
you can.
If I can do it,
because,
it. But now that took sacrifice, because I didn't date for those 2 years until my channel took off. Because you got to think, if you're dating or you have you got to spend time with them on your off days. Otherwise, they're going to be neglected, and it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And same with you, like, but I didn't want any distraction until I was at a place where I was making bank.
Right.
And I stuck to that because I didn't have the desire. Like, I want to get my money right. That was my complete focus, and it paid off. It paid off. So what was we talking about? Sorry. Girl, I'm getting old. Oh, I know consistency, but...
Yeah, but what are some tips to actually be strategic about being consistent?
Okay, so I would say you have to batch record. I don't care if it's you batch record too. Me personally, because I was so limited on time, I was batch recording 4 videos at a time. It sounds like a lot. I feel like I started with 3 and then I bumped it up to 4. So what that did, it allowed me to film twice a month.
Okay.
I don't care who you are. You got 2 days out of the month to film.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. So that is 8 pieces of content, long form content I was able to create. If you're someone who wants to focus more on shorts, you still need to batch record them and maybe do like 5 shorts in a day or 10 shorts in a day, just depending on what your shorts are. I mean, mine's are pretty low lived, so it's just whatever you need to do to be consistent. And for me, it is just, I need to batch record because it's a whole production, doing all the makeup, and it's different. Maybe if you're a guy and you just sit down in front of the camera and you don't really even have to think about, script it out, or you have scripting is taking up a lot of your process. So it may be hard for you to shoot 4 in one sitting, but can you shoot 2?
Yeah.
And so what you're going to be doing is just less work.
Right. So let's talk about the components of producing content on YouTube, because you have several things that you're going to have to do. One, you're going to have to plan out what the hell you're going to talk about. Okay. Now, some people may have the gift of gab, but you still got to have a topic that you're going to discuss, points you want to hit. All right. So you have to plan out the actual content itself. You need to come up with a thumbnail for the video, and you're going to actually have to shoot the video along with edit the video. Those are your 4 pillars of producing content that's going to get eyes. Everybody on YouTube has to deal with those, no matter what kind of content you're producing, essentially. All right.
Right. So you cannot be flippant with the thumbnails. If you don't know how to do them, learn.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done a thumbnail before in my life because why would I? I was never on YouTube. So it's just something that you learn. There's so much, like YouTube University, you guys, you can learn anything. You just have to be willing to devote the time to research it. Get really good at your thumbnails, because it doesn't matter how great the video is.
If they don't click, they don't
If they don't click on it, no one is going to watch. So don't be flippant about it. Take your thumbnails very seriously and make sure they are of high quality. Make sure your subject is big. If you're talking about perfumes, the bottles need to be big. Like, I see thumbnails all the time where the subject is small, maybe like half the thumbnail height, and then they have like perfume bottles that look like little pieces of gum. Like,
so
no one can see that because it's so tiny.
Yeah, so learn what makes a good thumbnail. There's there probably a million videos on YouTube that help to explain what makes a good thumbnail. What are people going to respond to? And as you are actually consuming YouTube, before you click on something that you want to click on, say, what's making me click on this? Like, stop and think about what is drawing me to this thumbnail to click.
Out of all these other thumbnails that you see on your homepage or that you're scrolling, something about that thumbnail stood out to you, whether it's the way they worded the title or the image, because some don't have titles in the actual thumbnail. Was it the colors? Things that make you click are things that are going to make other people click. So you need to incorporate that into your thumbnails. I mean, it's very important. Every little piece of this is important. If you treat every piece that she just broke down like with importance, then your channel is going to thrive. It is going to do well. No one is going to watch this banging ass quality content, great information video and not hit subscribe. But you gotta remind them to subscribe. So if you're watching this video right now, you made it this far, be sure that you are subscribed to my channel, please. And make sure you give it a big thumbs up, because it definitely helps her channel to grow.
Thank you.
It's just, you have to take everything seriously. And I'm just that kind of way. I'm very type A. Like, I have to go all in on the things that I'm devoting so much time to. Why would you not?
I agree. When I go decide I want to do something, I go big. My wife laughs at me because that's just how I am. I'm not going limp halfway. I'm not doing it that way.
Like, I developed a little bit of an obsession with whatever this thing is I'm hyper focused on, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you are like that just naturally, like, you know, you kind of almost get made fun of because, boy, you really gung-ho when you decide to put your feet in something. You're going to do great in content creation, because it kind of requires that little bit of nuttiness.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
It requires a little
attention to detail.
Attention to detail. And just believing in yourself. Know that you can do it. Who cares if you're getting just 50 views? I have been there. That's how my channel started off. Everyone starts off like that. And and again, there are some anomalies, but on average, I would say, when I started, I would say, okay, I'm going to give myself a year to get monetized. Like, I'm comfortable with that. But it happened in 2.5 months. Wonderful, but that's not going to be everyone's story. Some people get monetized in 15 days. Some people get monetized, it takes 2 years. But you do have to understand that if you are consistent, what else is going on? Because there is something else going on. If you're consistent, you're putting out the content and you're not seeing any real traction, you have to, like, be real with yourself and understand that something is not connecting with my audience. And that's okay. Just go ahead and figure out how to make the content better. Can I upgrade my lighting? Can I upgrade my camera? Is my sound okay? How are my thumbnails? I've been using the same style thumbnails for 2 years.
Maybe change it
and
up.
I'm wondering why I only have 2,000 subs after making 200 videos. Change it. Okay? Every time I hit a plateau where I feel like I'm plateauing, baby, we're about to change some things up. Okay? I'll add a little something to production. I will maybe make my thumbnails pop a little bit more. In 2025, I'm going to upgrade my camera. My camera quality is great, but I'm just at the space where I feel like it can be even better. And so that's something personal that I want to do. But there's always, what you're saying is there's no room for improvement. If I'm not changing.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, don't rest on your laurels.
Please
even
don't.
even if you think you popping, you can always pop higher.
Yes.
Think about it. If Mr. Beast had said, "Hey man, I have 5 million subscribers. I could
Hey.
just do the same thing I'm doing now forever." No, because you want to continue to improve because there is no such thing as a perfect video.
No such thing as a perfect video. And like I remember back in the day, PewDiePie was like the number one YouTuber. Now look at PewDiePie compared to Mr. Beast. Baby, it's not even close. Okay, because Mr. Beast is like this hyper obsessed person about YouTube, and he is consistently trying to do better. I remember when his thing rolled around to 100 million. Baby, now he's over 200 million. This was just like 2 years ago.
If you guys don't know who we're referring to, it's Mr. Beast. Well, check out his channel because he is the biggest YouTuber in the world. He has billions and billions of views. He has hundreds of millions of followers. He makes hundreds of millions of dollars. And he basically puts all of his money back into making better videos.
Right, when he could just enjoy the money.
Yeah, exactly. He could have been, but that's not what his mission is. Okay, so now that we have covered being consistent, being consistent, now let's get into some of the biggest hangups that people might have when getting started or why they think they may not be cut out for content creation. A big one right now is age. A lot of people think that content creation is only for young people in their 20s or teens. So kind of bust that myth.
I think a lot of people are now starting to see that content creation is for everyone. I mean, YouTube was literally the biggest streamer, like over Netflix, like people are dialed into YouTube, period. And I feel like now my age is my superpower because if you're talking about in the space of YouTube, you have to think I'm covering fragrances. Who has the most disposable income? It's going to be women in their 40s.
Right.
And 50s. And so my demographic, who watches me the most is going to be women age 35 to 45.
Right.
This is why advertisers pay a lot to put their ads on my video compared to a 18-year-old vlogger. Because I mean, if you're taking someone like the same channel size as mine, they're very young, teen, young 20s. These are people that are statistically, they don't have no money. Same with kids. It's just like advertisers pay attention to that.
Right.
So your age can definitely be your superpower in this instance. First of all, you're just probably a little bit more polished, well-versed, professional, like all of these things.
Life experience.
Which is why we're on here creating our content right now for this video. It's just, don't be, age doesn't, I have subscribed to people that are in their 80s and they just get on here, sit down, honey, and just talk about life, giving advice. And you're starting to see a lot of content creators with all silver hair, honey, coming on here, getting the views,
right,
making money. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can be a person in elementary school. What was the boy with the Ryan's World reviewing all the toys? Multi-millionaire. It's probably since a millionaire. You're talking about Mr. Beast is what? He's still under 30. The most successful YouTuber. But then you also have people that are around my age making great money in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It doesn't matter your age. You can do this. But you have to believe that you can, and you just have to get to work. Get to work. I always use this... I don't know, it's not a metaphor, but basically if there's this fork in the road and you can either go the easy path or you can go what's the harder thing to do. Like this morning, I said, I have got to get up at 5 a.m. and be sitting down filming by 8. That was hard to do. That was very hard to do.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm in a space where I'm kind of like having these slow mornings and enjoy. No, we got things to do. If you ever have the opportunity to pick between a harder and a easier thing. Always pick the harder thing when you're talking about trying to reach a goal. You have to. It's just like going to the gym. If I go to the gym and I am consistently squatting this 200, why have I not gone up to 205 and 210? Because you're going to get stronger doing the harder thing. Yes, it's much easier to just sit at home on the couch. The harder thing would be to get out, go for a walk, go to the gym and lift. And that's going to pay off for you. Sitting at home on the couch, binge watching Netflix, every chance you get when you're off is not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
just recognize that, yeah, it's going to feel hard, especially at first.
oh my God, it's going to feel very hard.
But the more consistent you are,
Yeah.
the more iterations you get in, the more reps you do, it's going to get easier, just like lifting that weight.
Just like lifting weights.
Just like training or running or whatever it is. You're training.
And what you're doing when you first start creating content, I always used to play this Layla Hermosi quote in my head when I felt like so swamped, busy, defeated, like this is so not sustainable. This is literally like lifting weights. It's going to hurt the next day. It's going to feel hard. It's going to be challenging. But the more you do it,
the easier it feels, the easier it gets.
Same thing with lifting weights. Yes, this 50 pounds that you were squatting the first day in the gym, child, now you can twerk with 50 pounds on your back because you have been coming in there like it's nothing and you can do way more. And that's exactly how content creation was for me. It was so arduous. Like it was so much because I was so busy with all the other facets of my life, but I just kept going. No matter how tired I was, I just kept going.
Yeah. Now I have basically a baby channel, so I'm still in the very early phases of content creation, but I've been doing it, I guess, consistently for about maybe 2 months now.
It seems so much easier.
So many things seem so much easier at this point. Like I remember when I first started, first of all, the thumbnails, because I'm not an artist like my sister is.
Not an artistic bone in her body before.
It would take me a whole day to do a thumbnail. And I'm like, I hate this part of it. I hate this process.
But you just didn't have you didn't have the
I didn't
tools.
have, not even, I had the tools.
No, the tools. You didn't have like the know-how.
I didn't have the know-how, the experience, the reps. Of course, it felt really hard.
Yeah.
And now it's like one of my favorite parts of the process. And I can do it pretty quickly now.
Right.
Like, and so that we're just trying to basically say that yes, certain aspects are going to feel very hard. But you work through it and it's over time, and the time is going to go faster than you think, because I'm like, wow, I've come a long way in just 2 months. Where would I be in 2 years?
Exactly.
And so you do have to think about it with that frame of mind at the onset, because it's going to be very easy. This is actually my second attempt to start a YouTube channel.
Now, how often do people fall off? Like, what percentage of channels are actually monetized?
So only 6% of YouTube channels are monetized. So if you get monetized, and to get monetized with YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 watch hours. All right. And so it's a very small subset of YouTubers that are actually making money from AdSense, okay?
Right.
Now, you can find ways to monetize your channel all day long that has nothing to do with AdSense, but that's you, okay? But you just, if you get monetized, you've done a lot right.
Yeah.
And if you listen to what she's telling you, you will eventually get monetized, because you are doing things to optimize your channel so that the algorithm pays you. All right.
Right. Like, I don't want to hear nothing unless you have been consistent over time. Over time. Not patchy consistency. You've been consistent over time, because the time is the most important part of this. The most important part of it. Nobody cares if you're consistent for a week.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's not consistent.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about one thing that can increase consistency. I know one of the most laborious parts of the production process is post-production. So let's talk about, after you have come up with your topic, your title, your thumbnail concept, all of that, you shot the video. Now you have the task of editing the video, which is the most time consuming part of the process.
By far.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about maybe like some of the tools you use to do it.
Okay.
If you would consider outsourcing that, let's talk about it.
So I always edited my videos up until maybe like a couple months ago. I finally found an editor. I know last time we had this chat here, I was saying I was looking for an editor. Finally found an editor. She's great. And it has freed up so much time. Like, I can't even imagine me sitting down editing these videos and I just got an editor. I'm like, how was I doing this before? I have no idea.
And I was pushing you to get one
she
for
was the one pushing
long
me, but I was
time.
just like, oh, I don't know. Giving up that power, especially being type A, especially about my art, it was hard. But child, so worth it.
Yeah.
She has a very reasonable rate. She's very dependable and fast, and I needed that. I needed that because right now, actually me sitting down editing the video is not something I need to be putting all my time into.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you need to be putting your time into optimizing for other things to
Right.
help your channel grow.
Right.
And now I have a very small, tiny channel that I just started, like I said, 2 months ago. But I made the decision very early on to outsource my editing because I felt like this would be a massive barrier to me being consistent because I do have a 7-year-old. I am married. I have a full-time job. And I felt like if I really wanted to commit and marry consistency, then I had to outsource this because it was just taking me so long to do. It's not saying that you can't do it or you can't learn it. It is just that it's very time consuming. Even for a professional editor, like it's going to take them time. Now they're going to be 1,000 times faster than you, but editing, it is time consuming. So as soon as you get monetized, or as soon as you say that, hey, my time is worth more than just sitting down and doing this for multiple hours during the week, I'd rather pay the money, then I would recommend doing it.
Right. And because I was able to do that, because my long form is 4 a week, which is a lot.
Ooh.
Now that I've been able to outsource the editing for that, now I can focus on doing my short form content because I just didn't have the time before because I was batch record 1 day a week and it's taking me literally the rest of the week to edit all the other videos, get them uploaded, do the thumbnails. It was, and then right back around beginning of the week, time to start it all over again. So now I'm able to see that, yes, shorts absolutely help your channel grow much faster. So
let's talk about shorts.
Yeah. So
what are shorts?
Shorts are just short form content. Usually, some platform is 30 seconds max, and others it's up to 3 minutes, I think. But these are things that the platforms are just pumping out. So if you get to a place where you feel like you just don't have the time to do both, maybe just do one less long form video and still focus efforts on creating shorts that you can upload every week. Now there is a misconception that you have to have like millions of views to make any money off of shorts. For the ad portion, you're gonna have to have some views, okay, to make some real money on shorts. It does not compare to long form. However, if you're strategic and you are talking about linkable products, I was able to link perfumes to my shorts. And just as an example, this short was my top performing short for last month. This is a 30-second clip now, 66,000 views, okay? It immediately took off. I got 361 subscribers from one 30-second clip, okay? I made $258 from, when I tell you it took no time for that piece of content to just record it, edit it, and upload it. We're probably talking about 10 minutes of work total.
Wow.
That's payoff.
That's paid off pretty well, I'd
That's
say.
payoff. So imagine if you are uploading a short every other day. You're uploading a short every day, or you're uploading a short multiple times a week, that is going to have massive returns. So last time we were here, I was saying my views were like at 250. So with shorts, my views instantly like massive, 342,000 views in a month.
Wow, that's a lot.
And I was only semi-consistent.
Yeah, and the more consistent you are, the more the algorithm is
So
gonna
my
reward
goal this month is going to be to upload a short every single day, come hell or high water. That's what I want to do, and we're gonna see, because I definitely got a lot of subs off of the few shorts that I uploaded. I made money because I can link my products to my shorts, and like, people don't even think about doing that. Like, be strategic. Be strategic.
Treat it like a business.
Treat it like a business.
All right, so now let's talk about realistic expectations of earnings. You know, so you've been doing this is a little bit over 3 years?
3.5 probably.
Okay, 3.5 years. So let's talk about expectations starting out. But because I don't want people to think, hey, I'm going to become a millionaire overnight. Duh. No, that's not the way things work. You're going to have to put some time in. And so I also don't want people to sell themselves short. Like, I don't want people to think that at the result at the end of the year is going to be the same result in 3 years. So let's start with, your first year, second year, and third year, how your earnings have grown.
So I started my channel in 2021, like July, I think, of 2021.
Okay.
So because it was halfway through the year, and it took me an additional 2.5 months to get monetized. So we're talking about a very small chunk of 2021. I was able to make $5,000.
Okay.
And I know most people are like, okay, that's not, but like, the money on YouTube, once you keep at it, it's like snowball.
Snowball effect.
Definitely snowball effect. So not much in 2021.
I mean, for 6 months.
Yeah, not even 6, because I had to get monetized.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I had to
maybe closer to 3 months. You made $5,000 in 3 months. Who is sneezing at that?
Yeah, you're right. That's nothing to sneeze at, actually.
I'd take it, baby.
And again, since then, they've implemented so many other ways to make money on YouTube.
True. That's
Affiliates wasn't a thing back then for YouTube.
And that's just from AdSense. All right.
That's just from AdSense.
Yeah.
So in 2023...
Doesn't include affiliate links or all of the other streams.
In 2023, I made $24,448.42.
Okay.
And...
So you almost quadrupled your earnings of 2021. Okay.
Right. And then 2024, we're almost at...
And this is just AdSense, people. Just AdSense.
Right. This is just AdSense. Well, basically my YouTube check, if you want to say it, because the affiliates through YouTube is also lumped into this. So far in 2024, and this is the very beginning of December, so we're almost at the end of the year, but I will probably... No, I know, because my December check... We've already you're not going to get that till January. So basically, I'm done making money for the year. So $36,820.76. But you also have to lump in my November payments, which aren't showing, which I made like $4,000, like right there on the cusp. So basically, $40K is what I made, like, just in YouTube. So this doesn't count any outside affiliate links.
No brand deals.
No brand deals. What you're going to find is that your YouTube checks are going to be the smaller portion of the money you make when you really get going. So if your eyes are getting big at 40,000, many other money opportunities out there in addition to that. But some people would just be fine with that.
Yeah, some people would just be fine with that, especially if you're just kind of doing it as a side hustle.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's good, because you have to think about the fact that you've launched 2 perfumes, multiple products based on those perfumes. So there's a lot of income that came along with that. You got your affiliate links with LTK. I mean, that's thousands of dollars per month as well. So all in all, like, did you make 6 figures last year?
Last year in 2023, yes. That was the first time I broke 6 figures just from content creating. Now this year, I feel like I hit 6 figures
very early
in June. It was like halfway through the year,
Yeah.
I feel like. So this is what I'm saying. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going, because what if I had stopped in 2021?
What if you stopped after a year or
Please
even 2
believe
years?
that crossed my mind, because I was like, this is a lot of work for these $150 checks. But you cannot, this is almost like a Monet painting. If you get all the way up close to the painting, and you're just going to look at these little scattered marks, but you have got to pull way back, look at the picture in its entirety, and it's Monet's masterpiece, okay? It's just as a comparison, like, you have to look at the long game, the bigger picture. And if you are putting out great content, you are building a community. And that's what YouTube has over all these other platforms. You are really building community. Okay, you feel like you know these people.
Yeah.
And people are paying you with their time. They're giving me 30 minutes. They're giving me, 15 minutes multiple times a week. And that's a lot. Like, people really are invested in you, and they spend that kind of time. Whereas you on TikTok, child, I'm not invested in nobody on TikTok or Instagram.
Right.
But yeah, build that community. Be passionate about what you're doing. Put effort into what you're doing, and always seek out, like, the challenge, the hard, and you're going to excel. You are going to do well. Now, if you could be honest with yourself, okay, I haven't been consistent. I could upgrade this. Like, okay, not really focused on what I'm doing as far as putting out my content, because you have to do content that makes sense.
Right.
I see all the time, new fragrance content creators, why are you doing a dedicated review on Baccarat Rouge? No one's going to click on that. That was the thing 3 years ago. This stuff is so ever changing. It's almost like you doing a review on an eyeshadow palette that came out 3 years ago. Nobody cares. But let you come with a dedicated review to the latest Parfums de Marle release. People are going to click on that because it's timely. You have to balance what is current versus a little evergreen content, and just really research what other creators are doing in your space. Pay attention to trends, and then you'll be able to better gauge what you should be creating a video about.
Yeah. That's one thing that I feel like I've created, only 11 or 12 videos at this point. I'm knocking on the door, to 1,000 subscribers soon, hopefully.
And you thought that was going to be...
I thought it would say... I said I was going to give myself a year.
Yeah.
And
all of a sudden, it's like right there at your doorstep.
Like, you can have one video that takes off. Our last twin video is probably going to get a 10,000 subscriber... Excuse me. At 10,000 views today. I think when I woke up this morning, it was 50 views away. So,
you never thought you would have a 10K video this early on.
Heck no.
Same thing happened with me. My video that still to this day has the most views, which is like 340K, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This was like within my first, I don't know, definitely 15 videos, 15, 20 videos. It was a very early on video about Sister Locks.
Yeah.
Took the hell off, went viral. And it definitely helped me to get monetized way quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just never know. You could be one video away from Lord knows what.
That's why you just have to keep putting out the content.
That's why you
don't know what's going to pop off.
Yeah, when you're new, at all points, you need to be focusing on putting out content. Don't be worried about anything else. I'm not worried about freaking affiliate links and all that. I'm only like 10 videos in. Like, yes, I have some in there, but that's not my main focus at this point. My focus is trying to get the content out so that I can build an audience, get subscribers, build my viewership, and then I will start to shift my focus more toward that.
And really, that doesn't even have to be a focus.
Right.
Start researching that kind of stuff now, because what I hate to see, and I see it all the time, is fragrance creators talking about all these fragrances, and I know they qualify for affiliate links, and they don't have any. Do you understand that these people are wanting to buy these products, and you're missing out on a tremendous earning opportunity? Yeah. Are you not understanding that?
Yeah.
If you got 4,000 subs, you can have 500 subs. I feel like if you have been able to get monetized on YouTube, you absolutely need to be applying for these affiliate programs.
Yeah.
That's a good benchmarker because each platform is going to have their own
criteria.
Yeah, criteria. Like I know LTK, you have to have done a certain amount of videos within this time frame because they want to see you're consistent too.
Right,
This is what these companies are looking for.
Yeah.
But once you qualify, start applying before you even think you qualify.
Right.
Because I got turned down the first time. The second time I applied, I was approved.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to kind of back up a little bit, as far as like having a brand new channel, when she touched on something that I feel like is very important, is you do want to make sure that your content is timely. Like, don't look at a video that did well 3 years ago and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do that video." Well, the ship is already sailed on that one.
It is not relevant.
So you do want, when you're picking a topic, you do want to do some research on what may do well. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there that kind of helps you understand how to research different topics that you should be focusing on. Also, like when you're starting out and you feel a little lost, like, you know, some people don't want to say it, but look at things that are successful right now and you just copy it. Like, don't copy it verbatim, but you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel at the start. So you can look at things that are successful or trending right now. Like, let's say I do the finance. Like, if I'm seeing multiple videos on this one topic and it's getting a large amount of views, that is something that is saying there's a huge appetite for this on YouTube right now, and I need to also jump on that. Because I will say that out of the few videos that I've created, the ones that have done the most successful are the ones where I did that, and the ones that are less successful are the ones where I just like, man, I feel like making a video on this.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. You have to really start to dial in on what is going to serve your audience. You're not creating this content for you.
Yeah, that's
true.
I
really need you to understand that. You're not creating this content for you. You are creating it for your audience, your community, and what you have to do is find this balance of finding things that you actually want to talk about and enjoy, and things that they are going to want to watch.
Right.
For an example, when I first started my channel, I would say the first year and a half at least, maybe 2, I was a luxury fragrance girly, okay? Because that is just kind of what I started with, and that's what I was into.
Right.
And so many people would be like, can we please see a budget-friendly option? Or do you have any dupes? Or do you have any, like...
Don't ignore what your audience
right. I'm
is
like, I'm
telling
really
you.
not into that. I'm not a dupes girl. That's literally what I would say. And it's not about me.
Yeah,
God, it's not about me.
Yeah.
And you should talk about what you want to talk about, but
balance.
If your audience is like...
And know that the things that your audience is begging for are the ones that are going to do the best.
Yes, because what I did is, I said, let me do some research. Because I'm not finna get up here and talk about stuff that it sucks, okay? So basically, I saw that I take the most successful channels with female content creators because it's just... Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to in comparison to. I would see that Middle Eastern fragrance videos did well on all of their channels or alternative options to these high-end niche. And there's nothing wrong with loving niche. Do that. If you want to do all niche, do you. However, you're going to have you're going to cast a wider net. If you mix up what type of things you're covering within your niche.
Yeah.
So my most successful perfume videos to date, Middle Eastern. Okay, but I'm not gonna just neglect everything I've been doing and only cover Middle Eastern because I love them all. Yeah. So we about to talk about all the fragrances.
Yeah, you can balance yourself because you do want to have a balance of what you love, what your audience is clamoring for, what, you know, like you can do all of the things.
And the thing is, I found that I am absolutely obsessed with Middle Eastern fragrances because they smell like $500 perfumes for $50, $60. And that's not an exaggeration. And I didn't want to believe it for the longest. I was like, sis, for real, $50? Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's a reason why this stuff is trending. Don't
Right.
ignore trends. There is a reason why stuff is
Yeah.
trending. The economy ain't what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, you can't ignore
You
what is
can't
there. Let's
ignore.
just slapping you right in the face with data,
Yes.
with results. Don't ignore it. You don't have to sell yourself out and
Right.
just completely, all right, I'm shifting focus. I'm
Right.
only a Middle
We didn't
Eastern
say
fragrance
that.
channel. We're not doing
Yeah.
that, but don't ignore things that are saying this could be a real big success for you. You know, and integrate that into what you're doing.
And people actually tell me that all the time. I love that your fragrance taste is multifaceted. Like, I have options for the girls who maybe got the money, but they don't want to spend $350 on a perfume. You know, says a girl who always wears a $300 fragrance, Monica Sanad. But it's just, that's not everybody's cup of tea, but they want to smell good.
Right.
But I'm here to assist, honey, because we're going to be smelling good regardless. And that's why my channel's doing great.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. This call is referred to as TAM in the content industry. Your total addressable market. The bigger you can cast that net, the more viewership you're going to have. And the smaller your net that you cast, the smaller your channel is going to be. Like, the potential is just going to be smaller, and that's fine, but you do need to understand that going in. Like, how big a net do you want to cast?
Right, because perfumes is already a very small niche. If you think about the fact that the biggest content creator in our space has 1 million subscribers, and he's the only one with 1 million.
Wow.
Nobody else is even halfway there.
So that's a tiny niche.
So that's a very tiny niche, but don't let tiny niche deter you, because tiny niche can bring big money.
Yeah.
It can bring big money.
And obviously, it's less competition.
Less competition. Easier to grow.
Yeah.
Imagine starting a fitness channel. Like,
oh my God. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. And then people don't even like working out. I'm just playing.
Oh, no. Now, fitness, tech, beauty.
Yeah. Finance.
Humongous. Yeah. Finance. Those four. Those are going to get you paid.
Yeah. They're going to get you paid. But, also, like, there's just always so many angles and aspects to think about things. The bigger your TAM is, or the bigger your total addressable market is, you do have to understand going into it that you're going to have a lot more competition. All right.
Sure.
And so just because you feel like, man, I don't have many subscribers. Well, you're in a really huge freaking swimming pool with a lot of fish, and you can still make a lot of money. So I don't want you to think that, man, I've been doing this for, 2 years and I only got 10,000 subscribers. Well, your 10,000 subscribers in a giant market could still mean you're making a lot of money in your niche.
Because with that, you're still going to get plenty of opportunities as far as sponsorships, brand deals, things like that. And it's just the fact that finance is the number one niche on YouTube, especially. So I can't even imagine the opportunities that you're about to embark upon. Like, it's going to be massive. Can't wait to hear all about it.
All right. Okay, now since we're on the topic of money, you mentioned like CPM, RPM. Just kind of break down what those both mean.
Okay, so your CPM, which back in the day we didn't even get an RPM. It was just a CPM. So the CPM is cost per mil. This is going to be the dollar amount that the advertisers pay to put an ad on your video, put ads on your video. And every video is going to be different, and it may change from this week to next week, or it's constantly changing. So there is no like set CPM.
And so per mil is 1,000 views?
Per 1,000.
Okay.
And your niche is going to greatly affect your RPM and CPM. So the CPM is what the advertisers pay. Of course, YouTube takes a big chunk of that. And so what you're actually taking home is referred to as your RPM.
Okay.
Which is like the revenue per mil.
Okay.
So for the past 28 days, I don't know the CPM is going to vary on video. So it's not like you have like a CPM. But my RPM, if you take all of the money made off of all of my videos, is $12.80 per 1,000. So if you're doing the math, it's $12.80.
Wow.
Times those 300,000 views, and then whatever, divide whatever. So that's how you do the math. And you have to think like vloggers are making $2 RPM. very different paycheck.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why some smaller channels or creators are able to make this amount of money versus this person with a bigger channel, it's the CPM. So your niche takes, that's a factor, and how many videos did you produce? How much was your viewership? These are what drive the income for your YouTube checks.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, and now, so when it comes to affiliate links, like how do you go about actually applying for affiliate?
So you can start on, like, just say we're taking a perfumer, Latafa or whatever. Some brands will actually have, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see like returns, contacts, whatever, they may actually have on there become an affiliate. Look for that first. That's the first thing I will always do.
Most direct route.
It's the easiest, most direct route. But it's not the most convenient thing when you're talking about each individual brand. Like that's a lot to keep up with. So my first piece of advice is to apply through a company that's like a big umbrella for many brands like LTK. Because what you're going to do is you just put a widget in your browser, and every time you click on just a regular website, let's say we're shopping Saks. Okay, let me click on this dress or this perfume. Just regular shopping, regular website. When you click on that widget, that particular product is going to generate you a link for that.
Oh.
And so it takes no time to get the link generated.
I didn't know that's how it worked. Okay.
Yes, and you just put that in your description box when you're talking about that particular product.
Got you.
Again, if you're doing it through YouTube, which is the option again for 20K and over, 20K subscriber and over, then they will actually have that when you're uploading the video. They're going to have this little section that says tag products, and you can literally go in there and tag them. Okay. So how I do it, so I can have both on every video, my own affiliate links that I generate and YouTube, so it can be convenient no matter which way you choose to shop. Then I go ahead and put mine in there. Now what you will find is YouTube will automatically populate whatever falls within their affiliate program. They're automatically going to bring that up as suggested for your YouTube tag. So it's cool. It's almost like you're killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. A lot of people love shopping the toggle because the product is right there. They see the picture. Yeah. And people just
makes sense.
It's so convenient.
Totally. All right, cool.
So just go to the particular websites. Usually they will have an outline of what is required. LTK definitely has that in fine print, so you'll know. And just apply. You will usually know within like a day. Okay. Some of these smaller like indie brands, it may take a little longer, but if you apply on their website, they will get back to you. Also, Shopify collabs, that's another avenue that a lot of Middle Eastern brands use. I've noticed that. So just do your research. You can always just reach out and ask them, like, I'm interested in applying for do you all do affiliates? And they will get back to you and let you know how to apply for that particular company.
Okay. Awesome. Now that we know, like, okay, this is what affiliate linkage is, now let's talk about how much we can actually make from this thing. All right. This is a huge stream of income for any content creator if you choose to take advantage, because a lot of people don't. Now, let's say, how much do you believe you've made, or how much can you actually look and see what you've made over the past year just in affiliate link income?
So just to give you an idea, my YouTube AdSense was 29% of my total business income.
Okay, so that's a third.
Right.
Wow.
It's nothing that's clearly, I mean, I'm making like $4,000 a month consistently now. So it's nothing to scoff at. However, affiliate links, which is no work. You're literally just linking the damn product. This is why you need to. Yes, this is passive income, my people. These videos, eventually they become passive income, but you got to do a lot of work.
Yeah, so
there ain't no work.
So let's just stop right there for a moment.
Wait, I gotta give the figure. Okay, before we get started.
Okay, go. Yeah.
So the figure is $50,125.60.
Okay, so $50,000 earned in 1 year just from putting links on the page. That's it.
Just from putting the links on the page.
So imagine if you are doing all of this work to put out your content and all you're relying on is AdSense. That's a big mistake.
Don't put your income in one little pot. Because why?
Yeah, optimize and maximize your income stream because, again, we're treating this like a business. And not to mention, I don't believe in leaving money on the table. You shouldn't either.
Right.
Duh.
Right.
But we say that, but people do it all the time.
You're right.
All the time.
You are right.
So make sure once you get up and running that you are taking advantage of the affiliate income that is out there for you to have. You've already done the hard work.
You've done the hard
work. You don't want to leave
work.
money on the table just because you're too lazy to post a link. All right.
Yes, because that made me more than the actual AdSense.
Not to mention you're doing your audience a service.
You're doing your audience a service, and these companies are making so much money off of your content.
Yep, they are.
You're driving this traffic to their channel, which is why they offer the kickback.
Right.
10 to 20%. Saks is 20%.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And so now that we got all this income coming in, let's close out on this topic. When do you think it is smart to go ahead and separate your personal income from the business income? So let's say, obviously, you're still working your full-time job, but you got the YouTube side hustle money coming in. When do you want to say, all right, these are two separate entities?
As soon as you're monetized.
Okay.
I mean that as soon as you're monetized, it doesn't matter if all you made was $5,000 extra. What you want to avoid is lumping that in with your personal because you're going to have to pay a much higher tax rate. Much higher tax rate. And you write this stuff off that you're using for your channel. I have an editor, it's getting written off. I buy perfumes, it's getting written off. I travel. I'm going to be in New York this week. Write off.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be at Sin Explore. If you're in New York that week, go ahead and holler at your girl. I'll be there. What else? I mean, it's just like, why would you not?
Right.
Treat it like a business because it is advantageous to have a business in the US of A. I don't know about these other countries because I know you as well have international viewers. We're just telling you how it works in the US. You save a lot of money. You get a lot more money put in your pocket. Unfortunately, you know, the everyday work for the man who needs the most money is actually able to keep the least.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
So if for no other reason, do it that way. So obviously, you want to consult a tax professional. We're not tax professionals.
We're not giving you advice.
Yeah. These are just good rules of thumb, and it is our opinion that we're stating. So maybe look at, you say, so for tax purposes, would you say the S Corp is the way to go? You probably want to set up both because LLC
Well,
offers...
the LLC has to be in place before you can even get the S Corp.
Gotcha.
But just, I mean, again, let's just go ahead and refer that to the tax professional.
Right, that's true.
But I was able to save even more going with an S Corp.
Okay, yeah. And you want to have, obviously, the LLC in place. You have to have it to do the S Corp for tax reasons. And you do want to separate yourself from the business in case of litigation.
Yes.
Whole nother topic for another day, but
Yes.
you do want to have that in place. That way, if somebody sues you for whatever reason in the United States of America, you can sue anybody for anything.
Very
You will be
litigious
surprised
society.
if somebody sprays something on them because they got it from your channel and they're like, I'm just going to sue the channel, the perfume company, everything. Your personal assets can't get touched. All right. Only what's in the LLC. So I'm not a tax professional, but I'm just telling you how that works in general. So yeah, we're treating this thing like a business because we're all gonna blow up, right?
Yes, we're about our money.
We're about our money.
About our money, honey.
All right. So I think that's a great place to be leaving off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, Sharita, thank you for being here. Sharita M is the channel. If you were into beauty, fragrance, most importantly, or if you just want to get some more gems from the professional herself, check her out. Channel is Sharita M. Thank you guys for coming over to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe if you want to know more about finance, investing, and building wealth. I am thankful. You got anything to say to wrap up?
Yes. If you want to see more in this series, if you want us to continue, just let us know in the comments below.
Please.
And any questions that you feel like you had that we haven't touched on, this can help generate, you know, what the next video will cover. So please drop us a comment below and let us know.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. We're out. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Not those shenanigans again.